I mean, a little bit, but you just don't pay attention to it.
What's Ty said for your role? Is that part of it to come in? And I know you said a lot about bringing energy and that sort of thing, but there's also the hard and aggressive and to do the things that you've been doing.
My role is to come in, help run the second unit, try to pick up the defensive intensity and keep the ball moving, but that's it.
What happened to you guys? Did anybody lose their composure? Was it just mismatches, or what was happening?
I mean, they made shots. We need to keep moving the ball. We got a little stagnant there, and if you're not scoring on this team when they get out in transition, that's when they're most dangerous.
As a bench, you guys have been so good throughout the course of the playoffs, especially that one unit that usually starts second quarter. What do you think led to not having that productivity last night?
I think defensively they play different to a lot of teams. Their second unit plays a lot different style to their first unit and other teams in general. So they like to switch a lot of things, which takes away our triggers with the tags on pick and rolls and things like that. So that's something we'll look at, and we've talked a little bit about, and we will the next couple of days. So we're ready to put in a better performance as a bench unit for game 2.
Do you think you guys had some sort of element of surprise on your side with that unit in the first couple rounds, because it's never been used in the regular season, and maybe it's been scouted at this point, or?
I think so. I mean, maybe. I think by the time you get to this point in the season, everyone knows, what the other team's going to bring to the table, and that unit that we didn't really use in the regular season was obviously pretty successful for us. So, but I mean, we got good use out of it last series, and we've used it since the Detroit series. So, I think we'll try to do a few different things and come out with a better defensive effort against that second unit next game and see what happens.
Is there any value in, and it seems like most of the guys I spoke to, you guys know what you did wrong, so if you know it, you can attack it?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, like, we know what we need to do better and what things we need to change, so I think knowing that going into the next game, we'll be able to execute better and take care of the things we need to take care of.
Dylan, in situations where shots just aren't falling, what do you personally do? And obviously they weren't falling for a lot of people, but what do you do to kind of shake it off, get back, and be able to just trust the process for the next time out?
Like from game to game or during the game?
Well, actually, let's say during the game first.
During the game, I mean, if individually, if you're not knocking out shots, you got to try to impact the game in another way, and if that's defensively getting stops or driving and kicking to an open teammate, there's a lot of ways you can positively affect the game, and it's not just making shots.
And how about from game to game then? Like going, and especially with a long layoff, 2 days in between, does that change anything, not being able to get out there the next night or even the next night and get the shot back?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a couple of days in between games, you have time to watch the tape, figure out things you would do differently or some things that worked from in that previous game, and you also get a lot of time to get out in the court and get some practice shots up, and there's no substitute for that.
Delly, if and when the Stars even things out, you see this as a battle of the supporting cast of both teams, as what happened last night?
I think it's just a battle between the teams. I think their second unit played really well last night, and we didn't, so that's something we'll look to improve for the next game.
Is it a matter of not scouting the supporting cast as you normally would scout the Stars, their tendencies?
I mean, with the technology and everything these days, everybody has the scout of every player on their iPad. We've been going through it for the last few days, so I don't think that's the case that we didn't know their tendencies. I think they came in and made plays and made their shots.
Matthew,
I mean, obviously, game 2 is really important, and you never want to lose game one and put yourself in a hole. But we know we can come in and win a game two, and then it's 1-1 and home court's kind of gone. So we just have to come out, play a bit better. We missed a lot of layups, so when you miss a layup on one end, usually something bad is going to happen at the other end, and the other team's going to get out in transition. So there's things we'll do different, and also we just have to play a bit better.
How anxious are you guys to get to Sunday? You still got 2.5 days to chew on a game one loss.
I mean, after a loss, like you said, you're chewing on it, you're thinking about it, plays during the game. It's never a good sleep after a loss like that. So we'll watch the tape and go over what we need to do differently. Get out here on the practice court, get some shots up, and make sure we're ready to go on Sunday.
What's some good you can draw on from game one? What are some good things you guys have been able to draw on, if anything?
I mean, overall, I think we did a pretty good job pressuring Steph and Clay. I think they also missed some shots that they'd usually make, but overall, I think we did a decent job on them. We got the ball when we got the ball inside. We were able to score. I think Kev did a good job of posting up, so we need to keep going to those things.
Matthew, how